How do you think my brain is made for?
Good morning, you guys. Today is currently Thursday. It's like 8:20. I was supposed to leave 10 minutes ago. But my Uber is taking so long. I'm gonna show you my oh, I was supposed to show unboxing. Do these look pink or purple to y'all? Compared to my shirt, these look very purple. I thought they were pink. Like this portion is like pinker, but it's a dusty orchid, and that was kind of sad when I opened it. But it's cool. It's cool. It's still cute. Very comfortable. Very cutesy. But today I'm going to my school. As I mentioned in the previous vlog, you guys won't see this until day 11, day 12. Day 12, even though today is technically day 12. That setback did kind of set me back. Let's talk about how I was in a 20v1 virtually. It was on Discord. Don't ask me to do those again. Like, every time I was invited to the ones in person in my city, I was like, no, I don't do that type of content. But he asked me to do virtual. I'm like, all right, you know, I already edited my video, did what I had to do, got my groceries. I was chilling. So I'm like, all right. The person's name was Jay Sean. I don't even know who the hell that is. He looked like he about 16. But bro, it was just all over the place. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, if y'all happen to see me up there, it's not me. Then we had to riz him up. I'm like, I've never had to riz a guy in my life. I do that with these. I don't do all of that. Like, then they start asking crazy questions. I was like, yeah, and I left. You ain't finna have me in 4K being asked no disrespectful bullcrap. I'm not one of them. But you know, I'm not mad about it or nothing. It's just something I do to support him. Will I do it again? No. But make sure to go watch my last video. I know I'll be having the latest uploads. It'd be a storage problem though. I'm literally gonna get an iPad. So even if I'm still recording off my phone, I can transfer these files to my iPad. And I won't have to stress so much about storage. But I still am getting a camera. It's just one thing at a time. I have to literally do a lot of research because I don't want to just buy any old camera and don't know how to work it or don't know what this really like good for. If it's good for pictures or videos more so. So I just really want to take my time and do my research. But I'm in need of an iPad. I don't even know about generations and all that. Like, I don't know what iPad to get. I just need an iPad today. Forward, because it's messing with my consistency. The next vlog the next video I'm editing, I can't talk today. What the fuck? I'm tired. Gotta go get my coffee. But the next video I'm editing, like currently, it's like 35 minutes long. I'm gonna have to cut out so much. And that was just for me at work talking to my coworker and showing y'all my office, my new office supplies. Here for like another 5 minutes. Oh, 2 minutes. Well, that's good because I need to be here early. But I will talk to y'all later on in the day. Probably when I get to school if I can, if it's not a crazy line or whatever. But I gotta get ready to go, y'all.
Don't need much, so fuck my world.
Tell me what you say now. Tell me what you say. You said that you that we would remain friends, but you know that I do.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to actually be going over a few of my notes that I had wrote down a few days ago throughout the week. Sometimes it'll just be like midnight. It'll be like 2 a.m. and I'll just be up brainstorming like ideas of what I want to talk about, what I want to go over in my sit down bedroom conversations with you guys. Because again, as I'm starting like a podcast, I'm trying to like transition my content into like also from like vlogs, like everyday regular vlogs. Considering this is VLOGMAS, you're gonna get a mixture of it, but I do want to transition into like it being a full-time sit-down conversational video. Some notes, I think that these are very important conversations, so I just wanted to go over certain things from, again, based off of personal experience. I am in no shape, form, fashion a therapist, or am I giving like legal type of advice to anybody. I recommend y'all to still go see your therapist. I have to disclose that. Even though I'm still a small channel, you still have to put certain things out, because for real, this is just advice from personal experience, from just human development. Like literally every day I'm learning something new. If you're not growing like every year, every month, every experience, then what are you doing? So I'm here to help you guys grow, and I'm here to grow with you guys, because I'm still learning my damn self. I'm only 23, about to be 24, but you know, I'm very wise for my age, as I'm always been told. So I want to share some of that with you guys. So let's get started. My first topic, I want to talk about shifting your mindset. So I'm gonna get some cute like paintings and stuff to put up. I've been looking at some. I could not find any that I want. Of course I want it to be pink, but that's neither here nor there. I know it's just like a blank backdrop, but this is as chill as it gets. Like, stick with me through the raw until we get to that whole, you know what I'm saying, the glam. Like, it'll be worth it for sure. But I want to talk about shifting your mindset from things are being done to me to things are being shown to me. So for me, I always felt like, and I mentioned this in a previous vlog if you guys have watched it, but if you're new to this channel, welcome. I have spoke about this before, where my mindset was always stuck on like something's always happening to me, like God, why? Like, do you ever feel like, God, why does this always happen to me, or the same things happen to me, or if it's not one thing, it's the next? And you have to shift your mindset for certain things and not feel as though it's being done to you. Or even if it is being done to you, you have to figure out why, you know. Even if you feel like you are changing certain things or scenarios or whatever to propose a different outcome, and you're still not getting the outcome you desire, it's probably that you're not learning something that's happening in the midst of all that chaos, whatever it may be. Like, it could be anything. Like, it could be literally anything, from you getting a flat tire all the time or always crashing your car, to you always having the same type of problems with people at your school or at your job, or your partners that you're dating. It could be like anything. But if you're not taking something out of that, it's going to keep happening in a different way, but the same things are going to keep happening in a way that you do not like. So you have to look at life as in, it's not a punishment, but that it's a lesson, okay? If you're not learning from the things that you go through, how will you ever stop going through them? Like I said in the vlog I uploaded today, VLOGMAS 11, if you don't ever fall, how will you know how to get back up? If you don't crawl, how will you learn how to walk? We were talking about this in my previous video. And it's literally like the same concept. I wrote this down days ago. You have to learn from the first time. That's where I'm here to help y'all, so that y'all don't have to keep bumping your head and getting hurt before you learn, maybe I shouldn't do it this way. Learn from the first mistake. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to even make the same mistakes. We are human beings. But if you're tired and you don't want to be burnt out, you don't want to have to learn the hard way, that's why we have elders in our life. Or even if they're not elders, they're people that may have been more experienced in certain ways than you, or who had to grow up faster than you. And I'm not saying grow up in a fast and appropriate way, but grow up in a fast adulting way. And I am somebody who kind of had to grow up faster than most people my age, which is why I feel like my mindset is a little bit, because I did kind of have to grow up faster. And I'm not upset at it at all. I think that not being catered in my young adult years, and more so having to be independent, that has really like done more good than bad. It felt like shit. I will not lie to you, it felt like shit, okay? But I'm so grateful for all the bad days. I'm so grateful for the good days. I'm just grateful that it's even another day to be alive. Like, if you're a person that maybe have came from, you know, like a sad childhood, or, and I'm not saying this is my experience, but just maybe being depressed. Like, I have experienced that very badly. And just, you know, sometimes maybe you don't want to be there physically, you know, and you don't know why. And sometimes when we don't have the knowledge to know why, we're harder on ourselves in the midst of it, when really we're just missing something. But again, like a child who is not able to talk, they're not able to tell you like, hey, I'm hungry, I need my diaper changed. So they throw a tantrum, they feel this type of way. That's not how they wish to be. They don't want to scream to the top of their lungs. They don't want to cry, just like how they don't want to sit and poop. But you have to have somebody else or something to explain to you like, hey, this is normal, I will change your diaper, and boom, problem solved. So for us as humans, it's like things that you're going through, it's normal to feel that way, but it's the understanding why we feel that way is where we're all disconnected. And I feel like when you fill in the gap of that disconnect, it makes so much more sense. Like, I was talking to my therapist, and it was a new therapist. Like, I've tried therapy years ago in person, didn't like it. I was younger, I was only like 15, 16, didn't like it. But now almost 24, and I'm willingly, you know, going. I got emotional about a topic, and I didn't even realize that that really bothered me. Like, I walk so confidently in my own self and what I choose to do, but it wasn't until I actually opened my mouth and said it, and I got emotional about it, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that this bothered me the way that it did. And it's so normal. And she told me, like, I had a previous client upset about the same exact thing that you're going through. And I'm like, wow, sometimes it just takes understanding yourself. Like, sometimes we have to be our own ears to listen to what we need. And instead of going to your friends who don't really know the answer, or maybe even your parents, like, it's okay to go to people for advice, but go to the right person for advice, you know, and go to yourself. Like, learn what you need. Like, I am still knowing and learning what I need, but I know a lot more than what I knew years ago, or even just months ago, what I need. Like, I'm a person who realized I actually really love being alone. Like, I've always been alone, like, not completely, because I was either in a relationship or had friends, but like in this chapter of my life where I'm just like completely like not alone, because I don't want to say it like that. Like, I talk to my parents, I talk to my siblings, like, I'm not alone, but it's like alone where I can grow, alone where I can make a mistake, and instead of running to everybody else to tell them or get their opinion or their advice, I sit in my own seat and I'm like, okay, I made a mistake. Like, what can I do better moving forward next time? Even recently dating somebody, I made a mistake, and I'm like, okay, I actually really like that person. And I'm like talking to my friend, trying to get advice, and it's like not the advice that I need. It's just like, it's just not gonna, like, you're never gonna feel what you need. You have to figure out what you need from your own standpoint, from your own self. Like, how did this make you feel when you messed up and the result was this person stopped dealing with you? How does that make you feel? And I'm laughing because it's like, that's just literally what it is. Figure out, how does that make you feel? And if that feeling is not good, figure out, okay, what is it that they said that maybe you could take from it and not do that again moving forward? Maybe you can communicate certain things better. Maybe you can stop having so much pride. Like, for me, I have a lot of pride, and I'm very nonchalant when it comes to a lot of things, but I'm also very passionate. I have a tattoo on my neck, passion over pain. I'm very passionate about a lot of things as well, but it's like, pick your, like, poison, pick your match. Like, it depends. It's everybody's not going to get the same princess. They're all not going to get the same version of me, but they all will be able to say, you know, certain things that align along the line are me. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, nobody knows you better than you know yourself. For real. People will try to tell me, like, I know you, like, I know you. Like I said, I used to smoke all the time, like, every day, for years straight. And my own best friends, or whatever you want to call them, oh yeah, I know you're not, you say you're gonna quit, yeah, I'll check on you, da da da. And it's like, I know I had it in me to do it, but because I had all that negativity in my ear telling me I couldn't do it, I believed that I wasn't good enough to do it. What's the point of doing it? If you don't even see the good in me being able to drop a bad habit of years, why should I? Like, just from that, now I want to go smoke again. And it's like, damn, I had to really let go of people I love, people I would do anything for, people I would die for. And not that I wouldn't respond to their call today, but honestly, maybe I won't. It's a me thing. Like, the more I'm loving on myself, like, I've always been so confident, I always have my head high, but like, I think it was more on the outside than it was the inside. I wasn't the best friend to myself that I feel like I needed to be. And as I go through certain things in life, I'm like, wow, I'm like begging this person to be the best friend that they say they are when I'm not even being the best friend to myself. And it's like, how can I expect anybody else to be better to me than I am myself? So I had to let go of these habits. If I say I want to stop doing something, I'm going to stop. I said I'm going to stop smoking. You know, I'm about to go back to school, and I'm literally today applying and registering for my classes, and I'm like, I don't even smoke. Like, literally just months ago, I'm like thinking like, this is going to be so hard. It's going to be so hard, to the point where I don't even think about smoking. I smell it. I don't even like it. And it's like, people still will tell me like, yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. And it's like, I don't even have that desire, because I don't even have that same mindset. That mindset, I was just so like, whatever. Like, even though I was intentional in so many ways and I was hard on myself in so many ways, I'm not even hard on myself anymore. I just don't even have those desires. And it's like, I don't have to be hard on myself, because I know better, I do better. Literally. Like, you really have to just shift your mindset, and your habits are going to change. Things that were an everyday routine, you would probably smoke before you eat, wake and bake. You would probably drink. I don't drink, but you probably drink on an empty stomach and going out to the club every weekend. But when you start shifting your mindset, you figure out what is it that you're going through that's making you want to do these things, and you dissect it and you break it down, and you take time to yourself, not run to your toxic friends. I know you love them. I love mine too. But at the end of the day, you have to love you more than the love that you have for everybody else. You literally have to love yourself enough for everybody else, because any addition is just supposed to be an addition. It's not supposed to take away from you. It's not supposed to depict your love for yourself. How other people treat you should not determine your self-worth. No. And I never was like that until I realized I was like that without thinking about it. Like, literally, it got to the point where I'm like, well, if they're all like kind of overlooking me, then maybe it's not much to me that I thought it was. No. No, it's going to be the right partner, the right boyfriend, the right girlfriend, the right whatever that is made just for you. Do not ever question your self-worth because you feel as though other people's response to you or your being is what determines your worth. Like, love yourself. Literally love on yourself, love on yourself, love on yourself, and love on yourself. That's all I can really say, is just start with loving on yourself on your bad days, your ugly days, days where you made the mistake that you said you didn't want to make. And I'm not going to say don't set high expectations, but don't set expectations on everything you do. Just live. And when it comes to that point, whatever it is, face it head on how you feel like is the best way to face it in that moment. Whatever the outcome is, pray about it later on. Pray that God gives you a different outlook or a different mindset or a different approach moving forward. We're human. I'm done being so hard on myself. Like, for anything. Like, I was just hard on myself the other day when I lost my bracelet, calling myself stupid for wearing it because I almost lost it the week prior, and then I was hard on myself. And it's like, I let it upset me for about an hour, and I was like, I'm going to have a good rest of my day. I'm not going to be hard on myself over things we cannot control. The bracelet's gone. I'm not going to bully myself. People are already mean in this world. Why be mean to yourself? Over. Next topic. And this is going to be a long video because I got to break it down for y'all. Seriously. It's basically, like I said, allowing yourself to be human. Allow yourself to make mistakes. It's to take an accountability that shows the good in you. That's what I've learned. You're not necessarily a bad person because you make bad decisions. Your intentions aren't so good when you don't learn. Like, after making the same exact mistake so many times and never learning from them, it's just like, you're not a bad person. Not learning from your mistakes. But the need for wanting change is in fact good enough because it will lead you to change. So I'm not a bad person because I didn't do what I said I would do, or I didn't stand on what I said I would stand on. It's just maybe you're like trouble with something, maybe something is like holding you back, which it could just be your own mind. And honestly, that just goes back to understanding yourself and understanding, you know, where you're at in life, where you're at mentally, where you're at physically, where you're at internally. Another thing I want to talk about is like, don't rush anything. Like, that apartment you want, don't rush it. That car you want, don't rush it. That job, that career, don't rush it. Work hard for it, but don't rush certain things because God knows your timing better than you do. He'll give it all to you. Like, everything that you want, he will give it to you. But if you're not ready, for example, let's say you want to drive, you want a car, but you don't have your driver's license, you don't know how to drive. You keep failing that driver's test, and you go get a car and then drive anyway. You crash, and you kill somebody, you hurt somebody, you hurt yourself. You weren't ready for that. So don't rush something without the knowledge that you need, the fundamentals of learning how to drive. Like, don't just skip past that part because you feel like you're ready. God knows when you're ready. Like, God knows when you're ready. That's all I really can say, yo, just based on experience. Like, he has showed me certain things that I couldn't get, I couldn't obtain, I couldn't grasp, and I would like pray on it. I would like literally try to get it, but it wasn't my timing. I didn't have the knowledge that I had now in order to obtain that. And now those things that I wanted, I have them. Like, literally all of it, or things that I wanted to do, I've done it. And it's like, this seemed like just a thought back then, but now it's a reality because I got the work, the knowledge that I needed in order to obtain those things. And I'm telling y'all, it's God's time, and it's not us. It's not about us. It's not about, like, of course, put in the work. Don't just sit at home and pray and expect everything to come into your lap without you putting in the effort and the work. But when God sees that you are trying, he doesn't ignore it. He just sees, okay, you're not ready. I see that you want it, but you don't want it enough to learn the thing that I'm trying to teach you. And that is where a lot of us are messed up at, and we get upset with God, or we get upset with ourselves. And it's just not the right time. Like, it's just not the right time. And that's okay. You will get it eventually. It's just maybe now is not the right time. You have to be patient as well. Be resilient, literally. Just be grateful for the things that you do have. And when you're like grateful for the littlest things, like even just for breathing air, or you pray for compassion. Pray for compassion if you're not really a compassionate person. I wasn't for like certain things. I wasn't compassionate to. Now I'm just like a baby, compassionate to everything, where like I can see somebody in the cold laying on the ground and I literally want to give them the jacket off my back, and I'm like, or like my eyes will water if I see certain things. I'm like, I don't want to see it. Like, I get emotional, and I'm like, I've always had, you know, a heart for other people that I didn't know, but it's to a different extent. When you realize your position, you overlook everyday things that may be little to you, but there's people in Iraq that are dying, are hungry, kids that just want their parents back, like just want food and bread, and we're over here wasting, we're over here like just not being grateful for things that is literally everything to somebody else. And when you really look at it like that, it makes you feel like a crappy person. It should make you feel like a crappy person, but you can fix that. Literally, you could change that. Like, just being genuine and having a heart is literally, it will take you very, very, very far in life, with good relationships, good people to surround yourself with. You don't want to be surrounded with people that are just mean and nasty and have no heart, or they're fake genuine. They don't really care about how your day is going, but they'll ask you, how's your day? Like, you don't want just robots around you. You want genuine people that care about you. And what really gets me is like when I see someone else able to like just be so polite to people, like even if they're having a bad day, and that's me, like still able to be polite and still able to show up with a smile. And you could be going through a family death, you could be going through mental issues, you could be going through a lot, but you're still able to show up and make somebody else smile. Those are the type of people that I want around me. And there's not a lot of people like that, so I don't have a lot of people around me. You have to be what you want surrounded, what you want to be surrounded by. Like, if you want to go to school and further your education, your friend group shouldn't just be clubbing and not working and not having no type of education or no type of goals. They don't have to have the same goals as you. No, we're all different in our own way, and we should all support each other for whatever we want to do. But if they have no ambition and nothing aligns, and it's just how long y'all have been friends, maybe you should reevaluate. Maybe it's not the length of our friendship, but it's the quality. Quality over quantity. If you're not ready, you may lose it quicker than when you got it. It's okay to be wrong. That is how we learn what is right. Thanking God for the bad days just as much as the good days. Find the good in the bad days. Literally, y'all. I don't care how bad of a day you think you had. I'm sure it was something in that day that could make up for it. I'm sure it was something in the day that you could take out of it. I'm sure it's something in that day that probably isn't as bad to somebody whose day may look like that times 5 every single day. There's worse things in the world, literally. Like, don't make every downfall or mishap take over your day, your week, your life. Like, a lot of people are just walking around miserable, and you can tell. I would never want to encounter a stranger and they're just like, I can tell her life is just like, I'll see that on a day-to-day basis with how people interact and talk to you. Like, just in general, how they talk to people. And it's like, you're a really nasty person. Like, life can't be that hard. And I don't want to be that type of person. Like, you never know what somebody's going through. But it's like, that's my point. You never know what somebody's going through. So because you're going through something, make somebody else smile, and maybe they can return a favor. Not, oh, I'm going through something. I had a bad day. I had a bad day at work. I had a bad day at home. I had a bad day, whatever. I'm sick. So let me come in and spread all this negative energy so we can all reciprocate and just keep circulating the same negative energy. No. Take a minute to yourself. Calm down. Reevaluate. Come back with a smile. And that person can be like, wow, she's a cheerful person. And in your head, you're like, little do they know I'm going through depression, but them noticing that I'm a cheerful person just made me feel better. Any little good, if it's just 2% that can make you feel better or make somebody else feel better, which if you have a heart would make you feel good, do it. Like, do it. Even if it's not genuine, do it to where you feel like this is starting to become normal. Like, it's normal to be nice. Make being nice normal. Make being happy normal. Even if you have to fake it until you feel it, okay? Not fake it till you make it, but fake it till you feel it, literally. And that's going to just be your actual you, to the point where you're going to exude happiness. You're going to exude positivity. You're going to exude genuinism. Like, people can sense that. And there's a lot of people that have good discernment. I am one of them. I can sense the phony and versus the fake quick. And I'm still going to be the same smiley to both. I meant phony versus real. But the real is going to get a complete different, outlook, complete different energy from me versus somebody that's just phony or just speaking to me just because they feel like they have to, because this is where we are. I don't ever want to feel like that, like, no matter where I'm at. I don't care if it's the same job every day for a year. I don't ever want to feel like, I just have to just to get through the day. Like romanticize your life. Romanticize being happy. Romanticize being at peace. Romanticize being that if your partner left you today, you're still able to smile tomorrow. Yes, you're human. You might cry, you might get upset, but still be able to get up out of bed and do what you have to do. Go make your money. Go make your goals. Go chase after your goals. Go chase after your money. Do what you have to do, but don't ever let a person, a place, or a thing hold you back from your potential of being the best version of yourself. Literally, every day, just try to be the best version of yourself by being you. I'm sure that you like you enough to try. So let's just start with trying. That wraps it up for today's video. I really had a great talk with you guys, actually. And I covered some bases that I wanted to for a few days now, but I just kind of wanted to save it for the end of the week. Tomorrow is going to be Friday. I have an appointment that I might vlog. It's an eye doctor appointment. I don't know how fun that'll be, but it'll be fun when you guys see me in glasses looking like a little geek. But I just want to say I love you if nobody told you that today. My eyes are red because I'm super tired, and I still mascara. But if nobody told you guys today, I love you, I see you, you're a good person, you're flawed just like me. I'm no better than the next person. I'm literally learning these things every day as I go, but I would like to share the things that I am learning as I go, so maybe that you can take certain advice and maybe change your perspective of life. You know, life is literally what you make it, and I didn't understand how important that was until I got to a certain point of realizing life is literally what you make it. If you want to have a good day, you're gonna have a great day. I want y'all to have a great day. I want y'all to have a great life. I want y'all to be happy in life. I want y'all to not have stress over things that you cannot control. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back with more videos.
Think my brain is made for